Top 10 oddest things people have used Facebook for. Number 10. The man who tried to ruin a child's life forever. A man tried to get his sister to name her child Megatron if his page reached 1 million likes. He reached his goal in less than 2 weeks, but thankfully his sister chickened out and named the kid Dylan. That's kind of a wuss name, but it's not as hard to live up to as Megatron, because unless that kid tears another child in half on his 8th birthday, he's just not being Megatron enough. Number 9. The criminal who friended the person he had just robbed. There are plenty of stories out there of criminals that have been caught for leaving their Facebook account logged in the houses they've just burgled, but it takes a new level of stupidity to get away with your crime, casually stroll away with your $sack sign, and decide to send a friend request to the person you just robbed of their worldly possessions. It's a pitiable crime, mainly because that guy now has to sit in jail and explain to his cellmate how he was caught because he was too stupid to realize that people usually don't want to get to know the guy who just punched their wallet in the groin. Number 8. Advertising condoms with fear. Facebook is a boon for advertisers, with millions of people literally posting everything an advertiser could ever want into a public forum. What they believe, political views, favorite food, musical tastes, bra size, you name it. Someone, somewhere will have posted it. It was only a matter of time then until people started getting creative with the Facebook platform, like a company that figured the best way to advertise condoms was to send men friend requests from their future, presently unborn children. Although you have to respect the ingenuity, the idea of super smart Facebook using babies, intent on tracking down their biological fathers to pester them about their sex lives, is kind of terrifying. Number 7. Organizing an entire community after a riot. 2011 saw unprecedented violence and destruction across the British Isles, with millions of dollars in property damage and entire communities and streets torn apart. However, almost immediately after the violence, dozens of groups were set up arranging, among other things, cleanups of streets worst hit by rioters. It was also used to help raise money for small local businesses, including one where rioters destroyed the livelihood of an 89-year-old barber, even going as far as to steal his kettle and tea bags, one of the worst crimes you can commit on an Englishman. Facebook managed to give him his shop back. Number 6. To call an ambulance. Facebook is almost as ubiquitous as cell phone ownership, and it shows. Take Peter Casaro, who suffered a near-fatal spinal spasm. Being unable to physically call for help, he dragged himself to his laptop and typed out the following message: "Can someone call 999 ambulance for me? I need one now. I have fractured my back. Detuck, ob floor. No phone, abd glasses, toof typing, please help me." If you're listening to that and wondering about his spelling, try shattering your spine in two and see how much you care about self-editing. Luckily, Mr. Casaro's friends believed his message and called an ambulance, which saved him from his potentially deadly injury, which means, among other things, that the only time it's acceptable to have spelling mistakes in your Facebook updates is when your back is broken. Number 5. Tracking down the people who mugged you. Apparently criminals really like themselves some Facebook. However, not all are stupid enough to brag about their crimes. Some just get caught by having really recognizable, and certainly stupid and ugly, faces. Daniel K., after being mugged, was perusing Facebook and saw, staring back at him, the smiling face of his attacker, tagged in one of his sister's pictures. Far from questioning the company his sister kept, he quickly used the site to track down his mugger's friends and went to the police, netting them 12 years in prison. So it's official, Facebook can turn you into Batman. A sad, sad shadow of what Batman actually is, but it's still close enough to make you feel cool. Number 4. Diagnosing an illness. People upload pictures of anything to Facebook, their food, their stool, and even their own children at times, the latter of which was done by Deborah Kogan, who uploaded a picture of her child's rash. Although her choice in status updates was questionable, it was arguably the best possible thing she could have done, as, by remarkable coincidence, one of her friends recognized the rash as an incredibly rare disease. Doctors who'd misdiagnosed the rash as scarlet fever quickly began treatment for the much newer, cooler-sounding Kawasaki disease and saved the child's life. Number 3. To extend the reach of law. If you're a criminal, there's the oft-used tactic called "you can't arrest what you can't find." A sound tactic, but as I've already covered, criminals love Facebook. A lot. So, in response, the police and courts have begun using the site to track criminals and those accused and serve notices online. Apparently, some people who've taken to completely going off the grid to avoid prosecution still really need to harvest those damn Farmville crops. Number 2. To choose who you want to sit next to on a plane. Flying is stressful enough, what with safety checks and hiding vodka in against your thigh, but even worse is spending 6 hours sat next to a person who spills into 2 seats, smells like a dumpster, or just doesn't share your views on radical veganism. Well, one flight company had an idea. Facebook, baby. Now you can be a judgmental prick and choose who you want to sit next to based on their views, or more likely, how many picture albums they have labeled Pimps and Hoes Party. Number 1. To find blood. Your blood. Of all the things on this list, this wins, purely because it could one day save a life. Maybe yours, but probably not. But wouldn't it be cool if it did? Social blood is the brainchild of Karthik Naralassetti and connects people based on blood type, thus facilitating the ability to quickly find a donor in life or death situations. Whether or not it's going to be used by the vampire hordes to find the tastiest humans is yet to be seen, although it's safe to say it absolutely will.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel by clicking the subscribe button in the top right. Our channel has loads of other awesome videos just like this.